In a world dominated by advanced communication technologies, there is a unique and quite fascinating phenomenon that's now going on behind conventional methods of grief and connection. Concept could not be simpler or more profound. Place a disconnected phone in a beautiful spot in the woods and make it available to anyone who needs to talk to someone who cannot hear them. Have a watch today and add your own wisdom in the comments. I'm Joe McRogers, and I'm dedicated to supporting your grief. This little space in the YouTube world is a safe place to be with your grief. Wind phones, a collection of telephone booths that are scattered around the globe, offering a unique way to communicate with lost loved ones while immersing oneself in the power of nature. The concept of wind phones originated in Japan, where a traditional telephone booth was transformed into a symbol of solace and spiritual connection. It all began on a hillside garden in a town that had been devastated by the Great East Japan earthquake in 2011. A man in mourning who had lost his cousin installed a phone booth in his garden as a way to communicate with the departed. And this act of remembrance and healing was the first wind phone. The scenic backdrop of the crashing waves and the ever-present sound of the wind seemingly amplified the loving sense of connection with the person who he had loved and lost. And this combination of natural beauty and the opportunity for introspection creates a serene environment for contemplation and potential emotional release. Each wind phone around the world has been created through its own story, usually by a griever. Wind phones provide opportunities to individuals to share their personal experiences and connect with the loved ones who have passed away. Research tells me that visitors claim to find solace speaking into the wind, pouring out their hearts, finding connection in a way that other grieving rituals haven't been able to provide to them. So whether they're seeking closure or expressing gratitude or simply taking a moment to reflect, wind phones offer a unique and transformative experience that surpasses the boundaries of this physical world. From small towns to busy cities, wind phones are symbols of compassion and empathy and the power and desire of human connection, even when our person has died. As more and more people become aware of the existence of wind phones, the movement continues to grow, and individuals from all walks of life are participating or creating in the act of remembrance and healing. My personal model of grieving speaks to the need for honoring as a critical element of being with your grief, and you can watch that video at the end. The words that could be spoken could be final words never yet spoken to a loved one. It could be parting words to an ex. It could be a secret that refuses to be contained, or a simple shout of frustration that would otherwise never be expressed. Let me know in the comments below if you would consider using a wind phone to have a monologue with your loved one. And if you would, and if you feel safe, tell us, what would you say or express? The concept of wind phones is a testament to the human need of connection, compassion, and healing while grieving. And these mystical telephone booths scattered across the world offer a serene locale for reflection, an opportunity to express emotions, and a way to bridge the gap between the living and the departed. People report that as they embrace the whispers of the wind, they sometimes hear their loved one's voice. They are reminded of the beauty of impermanence and the transformative power of remembering and letting go. You can easily Google wind phone near me to seek one out, or do your own research and build your own wind phone for yourself or others to use. Where I live in Canada, a wind phone has just been recently established in a provincial park. So I know where my next road trip will be. And as I was doing the research for this video, I had to practice what I preach. So I spent some time wondering what it is that I would want to say. And it was interesting. I came up, first of all, with a lot of questions. I realized that that's not going to be so helpful. So I'm going to work on my statements. And they're going to be a range of, I hope you're happy, I hope you're well, to I am so pissed off. I don't know what I'm going to say when I get to my win phone, but when I get there, I'm going to allow my intuition to lead me, and I'm going to encourage myself to remember that this is probably the beginning of conversations as opposed to just a one-time visit. The concept of a win phone may be a little far out there for many of you, but let me know your thoughts on this, because research tells me that it's been very effective for people to feel connected and to honor. So if you ever find yourself near a wind phone, take a moment to breathe and pause. Step into it, speak to the wind, and let the wind carry your words to the ears of those that you hold dear. Imagine that you can open yourself to the connection that awaits and allow this wind phone to honor who you have loved and lost and what it is that you wish to say to them. As you find ways to honor and connect with both your grief and with your loved one, I send you kind thoughts, kind words, and a kind heart. And if you are struggling to find ways to honor and connect, let's work together. Take good care.